everyone.
What's up, guys? Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing that major, I guess everybody kind of saw it coming to be honest, but that big thing that happened in episode 4 of Marvel's Secret Invasion. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Yes, spoilers ahead for Secret Invasion. I'm going to go ahead and say it. RHODEY is a Skrull, or a Skrull has been impersonating RHODEY. We're going to go ahead and elaborate on this a little bit more and explain everything that we do at least know here, and maybe some fan theories that we can anticipate to maybe see unfold here towards these last 2 final episodes of the Secret Invasion show. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Now, one of the Avengers Endgame cast members, being Don Cheadle, has reflected on the surprising Skrull reveal in the latest episode of Secret Invasion on Disney+. Now, Secret Invasion is filled with shocking revelations posed to impact the rest and the future of the MCU, everything that we're going to see going forward, specifically and especially with Phase 5. The show's premiere episode killed off Colby Smulders' Maria Hill, while the other installments confirmed that Nick Fury is married to a Skrull, and that there are Super Skrulls waiting to strike. So, recently speaking with Marvel's Entertainment, Avengers Endgame star Don Cheadle, who portrays the MCU's James RHODEY, aka War Machine, discussed Secret Invasion's latest reveal of him being a Skrull, or that a Skrull, as I had mentioned, had been impersonating him. Now, Don's first had admitted that it's fun to fold that Skrull reveal, saying that in full quote, "It's fun to fold that in and know that that's what's happening underneath all of these RHODEY scenes. Rhodes is not who he appears to be." Ending that quote right there, clearly not something, every other scene that he is in, something fell off. It just doesn't necessarily feel like the RHODEY that we knew from previous MCU projects, like movies and shows and everything like that. Something fell off in his dialogue and in the way that he was acting, which is hard and difficult to do when it comes to the actor side of things. So big shout out to Don Cheadle, amazing acting and everything that goes for this overall show. All the performances are amazing with it. In Secret Invasion's episode 4 titled Beloved, it was revealed that RHODEY is being impersonated by a female Skrull named Rava, played by Nisha Alaya. It is currently unknown of how long RHODEY has been a Skrull, but that is something that we're able to go ahead and theorize on. But Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige himself, on top of all that, has teased that fans will come to understand exactly how long he's been a Skrull, before hinting that he has been a Skrull in some of his previous MCU appearances and shows and movies and such. The last time that we saw James RHODEY was in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus show, and he has a small cameo in there in like the first episode, I want to say, so that is probably one area of where that was actually probably a Skrull. Also, on top of that, I quickly want to go ahead and mention of how Kevin Feige is kind of teasing at the idea of like he's been a Skrull for much longer than we might actually anticipate, and that he's been a Skrull in other MCU projects and movies feels unsettling to me, if for anything. In the latest episode, RHODEY is a trusted envoy and advisor to the United States President Ritson, almost like a right-hand man. Aside from the character's important government role, Secret Invasion Episode 4 has further proved that not everything is what it seems to RHODEY when he asks Nick Fury's wife, Priscilla, to kill the former S.H.I.E.L.D. director, which of course she's more than likely not to follow through with. It doesn't necessarily make sense for her to want to do that, and that is something that was kind of confirmed and revealed in the latest episode at the same time as well, as she confronts Nick Fury and Nick Fury confronts her. This has led to an intense confrontation between RHODEY and Fury inside the former's hotel room. After sneaking in, Fury strongly hints at RHODEY that he is aware that he isn't who he appears to necessarily be, but the fake Avenger refuses to acknowledge that and accept it. Don Cheadle described the relationship between RHODEY and Nick Fury as a sort of a cat and mouse game, saying that, in full quote, "It becomes sort of a cat and mouse game between the two of them, about what he has on Fury and if he's going to release information about Fury. Fury has to play it in the right way while still trying to protect and save the entirety of the planet." Ending that quote right there. I definitely think that the best way to word this and describe it would be a game of cat and mouse between these two characters. As we know, James RHODEY does have blackmail on Fury as of for when Gravik had betrayed Fury and became him and was impersonating him to kill Maria Hill. There is unreleased security footage of that, and that is holding Nick Fury to kind of, well, War Machine's bidding overall. This here all being said, this is kind of just the facts and everything that we know here. Let's go ahead and theorize on everything. How long has a Skrull replaced the MCU's James Rhodes? So, to start off, Don Cheadle's latest comments combined with Kevin Feige's previous remarks suggest that James RHODEY, aka RHODEY, has been a Skrull for quite some time, potentially even during the events of the Infinity Saga, which would make sense because the only other time that, as I had mentioned, that he appears outside of the Infinity Saga and in recent Phase 4 would be the Marvel Disney Plus's Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus show. And even then before that, the last time that we see him would be in Avengers Endgame. I could be wrong about that, but let me know in the comment section down below. Now, some fans have claimed that the Skrulls had replaced RHODEY after the events of Avengers and their airport battle that we see in Captain America Civil War. This definitely makes sense to a point, but it's scary to think about, as I had mentioned. This theory makes sense considering that Rhodes was in a vulnerable position after being paralyzed from the waist down, but at the same time, he doesn't have those governmental powers necessarily at the time either. So it doesn't necessarily make sense at that time for the Skrulls to, well, infiltrate and attack him from there and, well, replace him. Other fans have speculated that the Skrulls had abducted RHODEY sometime before the events of Avengers Infinity War, or even during the 5-year gap between the movies and Avengers Endgame. Which to some, that would make sense because a lot of people during this time period between that time gap of Infinity War and Endgame, of course, go missing. There's a 5-year gap there, and that's kind of a entry point for the Skrulls to go ahead and want to replace people. But I just feel that as things would be kind of too messy for them to actually have a plan or an actual play in any of that. So overall, with the tease of Kevin Feige himself saying that that's something that is going to be revealed in the last 2 episodes, the next 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, is something that I think not just myself, but a lot of us are looking forward to seeing, because I'm definitely very curious of how long James RHODEY has been replaced by a Skrull, and for another thing, if other characters have also been replaced from Skrulls as well. Something on top of that that I did touch on in some of my review videos of Secret Invasion on the channel, you guys can check those ones out now, of kind of, we know what's going to actually happen by the end of Secret Invasion. I'm pretty sure that things are just going to go back to normal. The Skrulls are either going to go away or they're going to find peace. That is something that's up in the air because of the Marvel's teaser trailer clearly showing Nick Fury just chilling out on the space station as we see him in the Marvel's trailer that will presumably take place after the events of Secret Invasion, seeing of how Marvel has always released things. So that is another tidbit to kind of look out for. What's kind of going to be the twist, I think, is what we're looking for towards the end of the show in the finale. Now, the reveal of when and how RHODEY was replaced is essential, since it will allow fans to have a different viewing experience when rewatching certain MCU movies that feature War Machine. Is something I'm definitely looking forward to, and if this is something that had been clear-cut planned from the beginning, and those are kind of like little things and little notices that we'll be able to actually, well, see and notice. Hopefully Secret Invasion will eventually reveal when the Skrulls replace Don Cheadle's James Rhodes sooner rather than later, and by the end of the show. I think that's a confirmed thing. Guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys all think here. What do you guys think about kind of the big reveal here of RHODEY actually being a Skrull? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, on top of some of your theories as well. Guys, this has been Unofficial MCU. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.